Alright guys, now that I did a poll and I showed a couple of video ideas, and yeah, this is one of them, but I didn't want to have to wait too long because they don't really have that much votes for the third poll, so I just want to wait a little bit longer. So here's a video. This is not going to mean that I'm not going to be doing any of the ideas on the poll. Don't think that, please. You guys like the Mario Kart DS retro tracks versus originals video, so here's the Mario Kart Wii one. Next, we're going to be doing the Mario Kart 7 retro tracks video, so let's get started with Super Nintendo tracks. The first SNES track is Ghost Valley 2. Mario Kart Wii's remake is basically the same thing but in 3D. It has one speed boost near the end, so the remake is generally better. Our final, and yes, I mean that, SNES track is Mario Circuit 3. Like Ghost Valley, it's really just the same thing, but it's in 3D. It has better textures and also has a speed boost near the end. I prefer the remake over the original because of those reasons alone, and also that the flow is better. Our first N64 track is Mario Raceway. The remake is the same thing but has lighter textures, which I don't really like as much as the original. It has this shortcut, but that's barely even means anything. But you can trick off this pipe, so if I had to choose, I'd probably say by the skin of Wii's teeth, the remake is definitely better. Next up is Sherbet Land. They screwed up the remake by putting annoying ice physics, and the original doesn't really have that. And yes, I tested it out myself with my Wii, and yeah, it doesn't really have that. But the gameplay doesn't show it, so too bad. The remake has a speed boost, and the remake is kind of scaled larger, if I had to say. So I like the remake a little more, but not that much generally. Next up is Bowser Castle. In my opinion, the N64 variant is better because the colors are darker. The thwomps don't look quite as good, but that doesn't mean anything. And because near the end, the original doesn't have flames shooting up with lava, but the remake does. So, I mean, I guess that the remake is better. I guess my script said that the original is better, but I don't know. My final N64 track is DK Jungle Parkway. The original, as usual, is darker, and I like those textures more. And the remake doesn't have those seeds that get thrown at you when you go on the grass, and there's no improvements per se. So if I'd have to say, I'd choose that the original is better over the remake. The first Super Circuit track is Shy Guy Beach. The remake has better textures for once, and the original doesn't have cannon shooting bombs, but the remake does. So with that being said, the remake is better. The final GBA course, and yes, I mean that, is Bowser Castle 3. And besides the original being more 8-bit and the textures being better in the remake thwomps aren't as annoying as the original because they don't make you lose all of your speed completely. The first GameCube course is Peach Beach, and the original removes one of the pipe shortcuts completely. It has more crack quacks in the original, so the GameCube version is better, and I'm sure you know the crack quacks are designed to be annoying. Next, we have GameCube Mario Circuit. The remake doesn't necessarily add anything to the track itself, but you can trick off the stumps in the Wii version, so with that being said, the remake is better. Our next GameCube track is Waluigi Stadium. In the remake, you can also chip off the stumps in the track, and there's also some half pipes that you can trick off, with also some items on them. So the remake is better with that being said. The final GameCube retro track is DK Mountain. The remake has some ramps, but you for some reason can't trick off the stumps itself. And it also adds some half pipes to trick off with. So the remake is better. On to DS tracks, the first one is Yoshi Falls. The remake doesn't add anything besides being able to trick off some ramps, but the remake doesn't add anything. And the original has better textures, but that's really barely even a problem with the remake. So I'd say that they're equal, but if I had to choose, I'd say that the remake is better. Next we have Desert Hills. The remake adds nothing more to the track, but whenever I play the remake, it's more fun to play generally in my opinion, so I have to choose the remake simply because Mario Kart Wii's engine is better, and with that reason being alone, the remake is better. Then we've got the final square. The remake doesn't add anything, as usual, it just makes the track 3D. And for my final track, we have Peach Garden. Like the other tracks, the remake doesn't add anything besides some shortcut ramps. So the remake, if I had to choose, is better, but I think that the original has better textures at times because as I've established, I don't like the lighter textures in some of the newer tracks. Alright guys, hope you liked the video, so like and subscribe if you enjoy, so I'll watch another.